welcome once again to the White Flag Podcast. My name is Joe McNeil, and with me is the extremely lethal witch hunting Scott Andrews.
It's my smell. They don't like it. Not one bit.
They're allergic to his animal magnetism.
My dad said if you do something well, don't do it for free.
Can't argue with that. So we are going to play Pagan, Fate of Roanoke. It's an asymmetrical 1v1 game from Capstone Games in which one player, in this case Scott, is going to be playing the witch hunter, and I will be playing as the witch. So you have 9 villagers that start off in the middle, and I am one of these 9 villagers, and it's his job to eliminate me before I can cast my ritual and win the game. So each side plays a little differently, but we're going to take turns doing different actions. You have 3 pawns that you will place out. We are using upgraded components. The normal game comes with just the cardboard tokens. But each player has player sections that they could put those workers on and do different abilities. You have a disc that keeps track of your influence, which is your currency for the game. Whether you're playing cards or doing different things, a lot of times you're going to have to pay for the influence of it. So the actions that are available to both of us as we take our turns, I'll start with the witch because the witch does get to go first. The witch has 2 regular pawns and 1 familiar pawn, which enables them to do a familiar action if I have any of those out. So that's one type of thing I can play. I can also cast Bruise, mix up some stuff for me to be able to break the game in different ways. And if I ever have 3 of these secret tokens on the person that I am, so let's say I'm Hunter Adams. If I end up getting these, I can perform my ritual and win. Scott, on the other hand, has options to be able to
so we've got these 9 villagers out here. Joe has removed one of them from this deck, telling him which one he is. So part of my actions, I can look through one of these, but I'm going to be doing different stuff, getting allies and getting locations, using them to kind of go out here and investigate these different people. And when I finally feel like I've found him, I can take an action to eliminate that villager. So it should be a good time. Let's give it a shot.
Yeah. And we'll kind of instruct as we play just to kind of keep the time down. Most of our actions are going to involve us visiting these villagers and doing different things. He's trying to do an investigation. I'm trying to spread corruption. So on the first turn, the witch gets to go, but she only gets to use the 2 regular pawns. It's kind of a way to kind of take a lesser turn, if you will. So let's see. We are going to send this one here. So what this does is going down the list, first I would carry out any investigation effects, which there aren't any. If I had 3 of these secrets here, I could turn it into a favor, which I don't. And then I am allowed to distribute these favors to different things. Well, this one is saying that I could distribute 2 to a red card. So there's 3 red cards down here, and I'm going to put them right here on this guy. I could split those out or put them on any potions I might have, but I don't. So now I am allowed to play a card, which I will spend the 2 influence I have. So I'm down to 0. You start with 2, but I'm going to play Blend of Nature, which is a brew. It needs 3 of those secrets, and then when I have it, I can consume it, which is a free action, to add 2 of these secrets to all of the villagers of a certain faction. So that's a pretty helpful card. So the second one, I think I'm just going to gain some influence. So I'm going to go to this location here, and it's going to let me put one of these out on Hunter Adam. It lets me distribute one of these on a green card, and then I gain 2 influence, and that is it for my turn.
All right.
So now you get to use all 3 of your actions at this point.
Okay. So I'm going to go visit Palmu. I'm saying that really wrong. So I'm visiting a villager. So again, I would carry out investigation cards. There aren't any. I would gain an evidence if there were 3 clue tokens on there, but there's not. So now I have to distribute. Her card says to distribute 1 to a red, so I'm just going to go ahead and put it right on her. And then finally, I can play 1 card and reduce the cost by 1. I am going to play an ally card. I'm going to play the Native Guide. It costs 2, but with that card's discount, it will cost me 1 influence. And it says for the Hunter, on upkeep, I gain 1 influence. I gain 2 instead if I started my turn with 3 or less.
Good way to generate some money. An important note is that these, if I have 3 or more there, I can convert them from secret to favor. Whereas the Witch Hunter roll, they never remove the clues unless a card effect says so.
I'll go here and I'll gain, again, we go through the stuff, but there's nothing there. I have to distribute. We'll just put 1 on her.
Okay.
And then I'm going to gain 3 influence and the witch will gain 1.
How generous of you. You must have some expensive card in there that you want to play. Perhaps.
Perhaps. And then finally, I'll go. Oh, I can't go there because you're there. I'll go here to play a card. So I'm going to play a headquarters card. It'll cost me 2. And it states, as an action, putting my pawn on there, I reveal the top 2 cards of my deck, and I play 1 of them for free and discard the other.
And so of note, if a location is already occupied, we have these generic actions that we can take that do the same thing as the cards, but that way we don't have to ready a villager instead, which both of us would do the same. It costs us either a clue or a secret from that villager to be able to ready it. It basically gets rid of the person's pawn, so you can go there and use an action. So it's kind of cumbersome. It takes 2 of your pawns to do that action if you really want that person. So we go back to me, and it's upkeep phase, so I'm going to return my pawns from whence they came. And I would do any upkeep actions that I have, which I don't have any. All right, and now I will... Let's see. I think I'm going to go. Where's the card I'm looking for? I need some more cards. So we're going to go here. We would resolve any investigation. There is none. Distribute 2. This time I'm going to go here and here, I think. And then I'm going to draw a card. Hopefully I get something good. Okay, that's cool. I like that. All right. And then, okay, so for my second guy, I will go to her, I guess. And instead of putting it on a green card, I'm going to put it on my brew. And that lets me gain an influence, so I am at 4. And then I've got my last little guy. And now I will go here, distribute. So I will go 1 red and 1 on my brew. So my brew is now ready to be drank. And I'm going to do that here in just a second. And it lets me play a card, which now I have the money to play a card. I'm going to play Discredit. Cost me 4 influence, but it says remove 1 ally. Goodbye. Goodbye, good sir. And that goes to the discard pile. Oops, I should have my deck right there. Okay, and then as a free action, I'm going to consume this brew. So I dump those off, and I get to add 2 secrets to all villagers of a target faction. And we're going to go all green, or blue. I guess it's blue. And that is it for my turn. Witchy, witchy, witchy.
So upkeep. I return my pawns. And then I don't have anything else I would discard down. So, I guess I'll go here. And I will draw 2. Then I will go here. I look
You
at the
would.
top 3 cards of my deck, draw 1 and discard the rest.
So it's kind of neat because you can see how things are moving and you can start kind of impeding the process of the other player. He saw that I was collecting some secrets here to turn into a favor, and he wanted to occupy that to make it harder for me to get over there and do things.
Okay, and then we'll go here, and we'll put a clue here. Play 1 and reduce the cost by 1, so I'll play Rapid Decay for free. I'll remove 2 from this villager.
Okay.
And that will be the end of my turn.
Okay. All right, so upkeep. I get my stuff back. And I still want more cards. But you went to the place to get me more cards. How dare you? Man, you went to both of those places. There's
right.
no other draw place. Okay. All right. We'll see how this works. We're gonna go to there, and I get to distribute 2 to a blue. Oops. We're gonna go here to good old Bo Johnson.
That's right. I'm concerned that Bo is gray.
He's fine. He just needs some milk. That lets me draw a card.
He might want to go outside. That's all I'm saying. Touch some grass.
Ha! Okay. That's funny. I think I'm going to play that card at some point because I like what it does. I like what it does.
You might not
gonna
do
lie.
it, though.
I'm not going to lie. All right, so I'm going to go here, and I can now convert these 3 secrets into a favor. Oh, you owe me a favor, Bo Johnson. I'm going to gain 2 influence from his card. And now I have my last little ducky. And it's going to go... Oh... Let's go here. So I distribute 1 out to green. We're going to go here. Gain 3 and your opponent gains 1 influence. And that is it for me, good sir.
Okay.
You'll never catch me. I'm Carmen Sandiego in the year 1500s.
Alright, I'm going to go to the headquarters. I reveal the top 2 cards of my deck. I may play one of them for free and discard the other. So
Wow.
they are both the same card.
Which one do you think you're going to do there?
I guess I'm going to play the study.
What does the study let you do?
If I go there, it lets me draw 3 cards.
Seems pretty good. Seems like a good thing.
Then I want to
Bump, bump, run away.
I want to play a card. So I'm going to go here.
Yep.
And distribute. And it'll reduce it by 1. So I'm going to put the thug in play. On upkeep, the thug lets me remove 1 of your secrets from any villager.
Wow. What a jerk.
Pretty powerful.
Now, it's a good idea for the witch hunter. He wants to get a clue on each of the guys, each of the different people, because that is how he's going to be able to eliminate villagers. If he thinks he knows who I am, he can go over and take out one of the villagers. If he does that 3 times before catching me, though, I win.
Yeah, I need more information.
Gotta start bothering some other people in town.
I know. Let's just go here.
Okay.
And draw 2 cards.
All right. There is a hand limit of 7. We haven't quite hit that yet, but here we are. All right. First, I think I'm gonna go here. So there's no investigation cards for me to deal with. I can convert one of these to the favors. Now, it's a good idea for me, if I have 2 favors on the same person, I get to use their ability twice when I visit it. So right now, I'm gonna distribute 1 to a blue card, and let's go here to this guy. And I'm gonna look at the top 3 cards. I'm gonna discard 2 of them and keep the other one. Wow, that's pretty crazy. Those are both. Huh. I think I'm going to keep this Scry spell, which is a familiar action that I can do. So now I need to get that card into play. Or no, this is just for the witch. Where does this go, though? Oh, it's a familiar skill. I was right the first time. Look at me being a smart guy. All right, so my next one is going to go to here. I will convert these to a favor. I could distribute 2 to a red one, and we're gonna go here, and I get to play a card. So I will spend an influence to put out this familiar, Scry. So now whenever I use my familiar token, which is one of the 3, I get to also do this on top of whatever the other thing is. So with Scry, it lets me draw a card and then discard a card. I could spend an additional 2 influence to empower it, and that lets me draw 2 instead and then discard 1. So hopefully that will let me kind of build up my hand a little bit, which is what I want. So now I'm going to go to, let's go here. So we're going to distribute, and I'm going to go 1 here and 1 here. And then, actually, you know what? I'm going to put them both here with Mr. Bo Johnson. And that lets me do this, but I am going to empower it. I'm going to spend 2 to draw 2 and discard 1. So, yeah, okay, I'm going to take that one. All right, so that is it for me.
Okay.
The plot thickens, just like my oatmeal.
And then some of the, what do they call them?
Villagers or allies.
Some of the allies will actually have an upkeep cost. His upkeep cost is 0, so I don't have to pay anything for that.
Yep.
But I do get to do his action. I can remove 1 secret from any villager. You can take that back, sir.
You jerk. Let me put a spell on you.
So let's go here again.
Good.
Reveal the top 2 cards of my deck. Play 1 for free. I'm going to play House Arrest for free. I'm going to House Arrest.
What does House Arrest do? Oh, it's an investigation card.
Yep. So whenever the Witch of the Familiar goes there, he will treat the text box as if it was blank.
Ooh. Do I have a way to remove that? I don't think I do.
Huzzah.
Curious what this does.
I'm gonna go here. Play a card and reduce its cost. I am also going to treat this gentleman's text box as blank.
You paid for all that?
Yeah, it cost me. Oh, I did not pay yet, but yes, I can pay for it.
You cheater.
And then I will go here. I will distribute on green, and I will gain 3 influence, and my opponent gains 1.
Okay. I'm confused about a card.
It's because he can't read.
Oh, it's time to take a little rule break.
So how are you today? Doing anything fun? Having a good day? Mm-hmm. You watching this on the toilet? Mm. If so,
Dirty.
you know, good luck.
Dirty.
Oh, I think he's back.
Okay. All right, I hope I'm playing this one right, so it's fine. We're gonna do upkeep.
If he wins, he was not.
Yep, that's how that works. All right, let's see what we got. Let's see what we can do. Let's do the things. Let's do all the stuff. Okay. It's time to be sneaky.
Uh-oh.
Time to be sneaky. I'm gonna go here.
He's being sneaky.
And I'm gonna drop ba-doom, 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 ba-doom. I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna draw a card. Look at that. I did it. What a great thing. Super awesome. All right, and now I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna turn this into a favor, and now Bo Johnson works for me now.
Sounds like I need to kill him.
All right, so I'm gonna distribute this here, and then I gain 2 influence twice. Thanks, Bo. You're really influential in this town, even though you look like Joaquin Phoenix. See what I did there? That was a
He's
thing.
also gray.
That was the thing. Yeah, I think he needs to eat some food, perhaps. And then I will go to this homeboy. We're going to turn that into a favor. Look at that. Now I'm hitting up Hunter Adams, and I get to distribute 1 to a red. Guess what? I'm going to go over there. You see the little chain I'm building here? So now I get to play up to 2 cards, increase their cost by 1. So I have 7 to spend, and I am going to do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. We're going to put out this magic spell. All right, so I'm going to spend 4 for that instead of the normal 3. Oops, couldn't do that again if I tried. All right, so now I have to pay an upkeep of this, which is 1 influence. The witch decides the first action of the hunter's first little person. It must be visiting a villager. So now I get to control his first turn because I have hypnotized him.
Uh-oh.
And now I'm going to spend my last 3 to put out this 2 cost. Jar of Glibness. I can consume during the witch upkeep to distribute twice as many secrets while visiting villagers this turn. So this was also my familiar thing. I don't have any influence left, but I do get to draw a card and discard a card. I think I'm just going to get rid of this one. Okay, that is it for me. So now I get to take control of your first one. So go ahead and do your upkeep.
Okay.
Pay off any of your dudes.
He does not cost a thing. We'll remove that.
Okay.
What do you want me to do?
Let's make your guy go to let's make your guy go right here. He's going to visit the nesting Mia.
Okay.
So you get to distribute a clue to a green card, and then you gain 3 influence, and I gain 1 influence.
Okay. Don't forget to gain your influence.
I did. I got it. Thank you. Do.
Reveal the top 2 and play 1. I mean, we'll play the highest cost one.
What does that do?
It is another investigation card.
Okay.
It says the witch or familiar. You need 2 witch or familiar to visit. You may move this card to another eligible villager without investigation. Let's put you on this one.
Okay.
And then I've got 6. We'll go here. And we're going to play a card. I'm going to play Combine Information. Remove 1 clue from each villager of target faction to draw a suspect card.
So that's private information. You would keep that to yourself.
Uh-oh.
So you know who I'm not.
I do know who you're not.
Yeah.
So this has been just a little taste of Hunter. It's pretty one-sided at the moment. Joe is running around rampant. If I had to guess right now who Joe is, I would guess Bo Johnson. Would I be correct?
Correct faction, wrong person.
Oh, see, he had me snowed. Like,
Yep.
I can see where this is a very tactical, very thinky game on both sides. Super fun. Like, the gameplay itself is very simple. The strategy is where like the real difficulty is in this one.
Yep.
A lot of the LCGs, like the card interactions and everything, is so wonky and wild, and so many icons and different things to do. This one, it's really the strategy that's the hard part.
Yeah, you're getting a 50 card deck, so the LCG part comes in that you could tweak that deck. There's certain deck building requirements and things, but for the most part, you could see how it kind of builds up into something. Within a matter of a few turns, I might have been able to get her with cards that let me double the amount of secrets and things like that. I could really kind of pop that off. I was definitely making him try to think that this was my guy here. But honestly, I just wanted those there so that I could
more
do
influence.
But yeah, that would be this is Pagan, Fate of Roanoke, and we're going to do a learn to play tonight. But we just wanted to kind of give you a taste. But if you want to try this out sometime, just let us know. Even if it's not tonight, even though we have promos and stuff, we're going to be giving out a copy of the game as well. Yeah, if you want to try this out, just let us know. We can be happy to do a demo with you. So that is it for this week. We will see you next week.